This is a VTube laser training video for effective tube scan techniques. The video will cover both end scans and straight section scans using techniques that provide the highest repeatability, even for tube surfaces that are flattened with clamp or crush marks. To set up VTube for scanning, enter the System Options menu, press Measure to tab, then change the maximum number of LLP strings per tangent to allow to 10. Change the maximum number of points per string to 20. Change the number of LLP strings per end scan to 10, and the number of LLP points per string per end scan to 500. This setup allows VTube to take in the best number of points for both cylinder straights and end scans. For end scans, it is critical to allow the points per string to be very high to ensure accurate end measurements. After you exit from the System Options menu, change to the Measure Setup menu. Check to be sure the Use Laser checkboxes are enabled. Then set the strings to collect per measure to a value of 10. This will require 10 strings of points to be collected at either end of each straight. Then start the tube measure and align the probe for an end scan. Use the rangefinder to align the laser along the end of the end straight. Place the end of the beam near the end of the straight, then move the probe so that a part of the beam falls off the straight. Now tilt the scanner 10 or 20 degrees so that the beam catches the end wall of the tube. Press the green button and wave the beam over the end of the tube, being careful to keep the laser on the tube during the entire scan process. To measure a straight, rotate the probe so that the laser string is crossing the tube near the start end of the straight. Align the rangefinder, press the green button, then move the probe to about the middle of the straight. Stop the probe motion, release the green button, then press the green button and continue through the other end of the straight, being careful to stay out of the bend section. This is the on-screen model result of the end scan data. The points are spread out over the tube to give VTube more choices for the tube end trim point. This is the on-screen model result of a straight scan. The first 10 strings are on the left, and the second 10 strings are on the right. To allow the laser line probe to spread the laser strings this far apart, it is necessary to use a slower scan rate. Good starting values are 1/8 rate or 1/4 rate. The scan rate can be set in the scanner control of the Measure Setup menu. This type of scanning overcomes deformation in the tube surface by using more data in the cylinder fit engine. Errors in the cylinder fit window often decrease significantly with more scan data. Here are some other scanning tips to keep in mind. 1. A stable rangefinder indicator generally means that the incoming laser data is also stable. Seek to find scanned orientations where the indicator does not vibrate or shake. 2. If the cylinder fit errors jump significantly, VTube will issue a warning and allow you to make a decision about the next step. If this occurs, then outside non-cylindrical data may have been included in the scan data, and it is a good idea to remeasure at least once to see if the cylinder fit error is cleared. 3. VTube uses separate diameters, A end and B end, to qualify end scan data. The scanned end data must fall near those two diameters within a default tolerance of plus or minus 1 millimeter, or 39 thousandths of an inch, or VTube will ask for a rescan of the end data. 4. When measuring straights, avoid measuring forms or components that are not part of the nominal diameter, as they have an adverse effect on the location of the derived center line. 5. Along with the built-in warning dialogues, use the visual model of the scanned points on the screen as a cross-check to be sure that the calculated cylinders closely follow the scanned points. Using these methods to scan a tube shape with VTube laser will ensure repeatable and reproducible tube measurements. This concludes the VTube laser training video.